We are here with Will Hart. He is the CEO of Iris Global, and his team is actually in Jerusalem, and they have been there since the war broke out. Will, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Sydney, thank you for having me on. It's an honor.
Yeah, can you tell us, Will, about your experience and what it has been like to be really in ground zero in the middle of this catastrophic situation that's happening right now?
Yeah, it's multifaceted. So we have a school. We train up missionaries all around the globe, and we had currently in northern Mozambique, where our main school is held, for the last 4 or 5 years has been in war because of radical Islam. And so we left, and we've been starting our school now in Israel, getting our students to walk where Jesus walked, fall in love with the land, and enter into the scriptures. And we never thought that moving one school from a war zone would end up in a war zone here. Yeah, Saturday. I think it's hard. The days are running together, but Saturday, as we landed into Jerusalem, I don't know if you can hear the planes in the background, but Saturday, as we landed in Saturday morning, I woke up to sirens, and then it went from there as explosions over our head, as most of Israel has experienced. And then it's gone on from there. And then today we've been in and out of bomb shelters as well.
Wow. So right now you're presently in a bomb shelter right now?
Not at this moment, but it
Okay.
could happen at any moment. I'm in my hotel room, which, yeah, right now. Yeah.
Wow. It's just like, I think it's unfathomable for even us here in America to understand what it's like and what you're going through. But your team is in a really unique position in the midst of conflict to be the hands and feet of Jesus. Can you share some of the ways that your team is serving those that you're around right now?
Yeah. At the core, missions is stopping for the one that's in front of you. That's what we teach our students. We teach our students that we give our lives away for the sake of the gospel. And so you stop for the one, you stop for whoever is in front of you. And since Saturday, that's been a lot of hotel. And then it's been a lot of people that have been coming in seeking refuge, different groups that have been coming in. And we have been able to just minister here. In fact, right before I got on with you, we ministered over a husband, a wife, and their two sons who just left the Gaza border. Were involved in fighting. The wife, with tears down her eyes, said she lost about 20 of her friends in the last 2 days, her personal friends. So this was just moments ago.
Wow.
He was a helicopter pilot. They lived right there on the border, and the stories I heard from them were horrific. The videos I saw of them fighting from their front yard. So in any place that we are at, we do our best to be the hands and feet of Jesus wherever we are. And so we were able to pray, share some scriptures with them, and encourage them. At that point, a majority of our team was out giving blood. We sent about 40, 50 of our team to go give blood. The ones that could, I couldn't, because I lived in Africa and had malaria, so I couldn't go. But a lot of the team went, and just the people are so touched and impacted that people would come and do that. And I know I'm streaming on, and forgive me to your audience. I have been awake for almost 3 days. So, but all the walls that normally are there for the message of Christ, the love of Christ, and the message of the Messiah aren't always received well. But since this has been going on, everybody that we've asked, it doesn't matter who they worship, has been so receptive to prayer. And I found so many believers hidden all over this place in this area that we're at. And so we've been able to encourage and bless, and it has been wonderful. And the team has jumped in full scale. I told all of them I would send you anywhere in the world after this. And this is just week 2 of our harvest school.
Wow. Wow. Wow, that's truly incredible, Will. Just hearing the stories that you're, seeing unfold and the trauma, the unspeakable trauma that's going on. But it's just truly beautiful how Jesus has you in the midst of the war zone to just speak his love, to be a representative of his peace. It is truly inspiring. Is there anything like you would share specifically with our audience here of ways that we can pray?
Yeah, of course, pray for our team. I ask that selfishly because I have people that we care about, that I get the joy of serving. But I think more importantly, I would ask that people pray for Israel. I would ask that people pray for every man, woman, and child that is being affected by this horrendous attack by extremists. And Sydney, I know this is very quick, but I've kind of never gotten involved in the whole Israel discussion. I grew up around the charismatic movement. All the Israel people were strange. They're blowing shofars and waving flags. But in the last year, as I've visited this land, there's grown such a special place in my heart for this nation and for what God is doing here. You cannot read this and not see the importance of this nation. And so pray for Israel. Pray for God to touch his people, all of his people. And it doesn't matter what side they're on. It doesn't matter which wall they're behind. Pray for them, and pray that the radicals, this extreme radical hatred, would cease, and that the Lord would protect everyone that is a victim of this radicalism. And then last thing, Sydney, and I'll try to be quick. I would encourage everyone at some time, and I know this is the weirdest time, but as you asked me, this is the first thing that came to my heart. Pray about coming when things calm down. Pray about falling in love with this place. There's something about walking where he walked and worshiping where Christ worshiped that changed my life. And I was never looking for it. I used to make fun of people that would go to Israel. But I consider it such a privilege to be here, weeping alongside with those who are weeping, and leading this amazing team with a bunch of other leaders as we find ourselves to be here, exactly where the Lord wants us at this moment.
Well, thank you so much what you shared, because it was so eloquently spoken. And, our hearts too, like here at Cornerstone Television Network, we have a love for Israel and the people, and on both sides. And we just know that God is going to continue to use and bless your team to just be the hands and feet of Jesus, because blessed are the peacemakers. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sydney. Thank you for all of you that are watching. Please continue to pray for us. And we love you guys.